Hey, 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 here we are, another morning. I find it exciting to just be here right now. You know what I mean? You know, when a purpose ain't known, abuse is inevitable. You know that? We talking about getting motivated in the mornings. The greatest tragedy in life, man, is not death. A lot of people miss that. The greatest tragedy in life is life without a purpose. You get me? Not death. Death gonna come to everybody. Everybody die. The problem is everybody don't live. Yeah. We do this 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. I give you skills and perspectives and resources to help make me a rich man. And we're looking to be rich in all areas of our life, right? With our finances, yes, but also our health, our emotions, our relationships. We want rich. We want rich, right? And ain't nothing wrong with reaching for that. Healthy relationships should always begin at the spiritual and intellectual level. Think about it. The levels of purpose, the levels of motivation, the levels of interest, dreams, right? Personality. That's what you're looking for. But for you to attract that, you have to become that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good morning, millionaires. I see Allie checking in, Dennis, Michelle. Do me a favor and share this with somebody, y'all. Let's get it. Okay, DC is in the house. Trey Brown, what's cracking, bro? Let them know we here, y'all. Share this with a Facebook group. Share this with a buddy of yours that's been struggling. This is all about us building our character. You know, you got to remember, solid character is always going to reflect itself. Once you have solid character, once you become what it is you're looking to become, you're going to start to do the things that lead to what you want to have. But it all starts with you. Poor character is just going to hide behind deception and kind of like non-committed, like, just wishy-washiness. I'm talking about character right now. You know, what we're doing every morning is building that mindset and building that skill set and building that heart set so that we begin to bulletproof our philosophy. And once we bulletproof our philosophy, how we think, it becomes a no-brainer to become this kind of person because we can see it clear. Does that make sense? All we want to do is give ourselves clarity because it's clarity that kills overwhelm. Okay. Y'all know this mind, that's heart set. Then we got mindset. Then we got skill set. But by my clock, it's time for us to get started. So that's just what we're going to do, y'all. Hold up. I'm going to greet y'all officially in I'm going to greet our family officially in 2 seconds. Let me get ready. Let me get right.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah.
Thank you. Please announce yourself.
Happy anniversary to the Terrys.
All participants are muted.
Boy, 30 anniversaries.
Entry and exit tones are off.
I'm talking about 30 anniversaries. Man, Mr. Terry should be teaching this training. Or Mrs. Terry, huh, ladies? I don't know who the biggest hero in that relationship. 30 years, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, let's get it. Tell him, Chanel. I'm so glad to see everybody this morning. My name is Haziq Ali, if you're just tuning in. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. I'm a self-esteem development specialist. And our company just now made the Inc. 5000 list of the fastest growing companies in America. I always find it really cool because we've been talking like this before everybody could see it. We understand that, like, you do not harvest the seed in the same season that you plant the seed. But what we need is motivation. If we're going to really keep this thing going, what we need is motivation. And we sent you so many thoughts to consider. What was your favorite one from yesterday? Anybody remember? Let me just test the millionaires out there. Who had a favorite one from yesterday they want to throw on the Summer Jam screen? You know, because I'm not looking for you to try and change and adopt every single thing we give you every single morning. If you just pick one thing, you're ahead of most of the others. The reason why you don't want to be all hype when somebody gives you accolades in this world is because most people are so mediocre, man. Most people are so normal that if you do even a little bit extra, you start to look like a genius. So I don't want you to judge your accomplishments based on accolades. I want you to look at your accomplishments from the point of view of what God told you to do. You get what I mean? I'm going to tell you what God ain't tell you to do. God ain't tell you to pick up that remote. God ain't tell you to kick it on the phone with that friend just whining and complaining about your life for 3 hours straight. That ain't what God told you to do. I ain't even going to go there. You know what I mean? But check it out. We're going to keep on moving. We going to, okay. I like that. Christian had picked, keep a quotes at your bedside. Of course. Oh, snap. Big, heavy chicken feet Pete. I had to throw that on the screen just because I wanted to say the name. Big, heavy chicken feet Pete. Whoever that is, that's who you want to hang with, somebody like that. Because he's totally himself, you know? Okay. Consider peace as the #1 prize. I love that. Hey, bro, that's from 15 Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires, Dennis. You crazy, Dennis. I love you to death, bro. But you nuts. I know you know that. So what Dennis just threw up there was one of the things that we covered last night. And I know there's a lot. Every Wednesday we do Obsessed with Success, everybody. And so that's what Dennis was referring to. Matter of fact, you can join our newsletter as well. Go to We Are Millionaire Minded. Throw your thing in there. And we're going to get it started. Yesterday, man, we left off on number 8. Here's number 8. Throw it in there. Here's number 8. Throw it in there. Yeah, good morning, millionaires. Here's number 8. If you're ready for number 8, give me a number 8 and a share. If you missed 1 through 7, then you just got to catch it yesterday. But for number 8, give me a number 8 and a share. This is a big one I'm about to give you. The universe gives to the givers and takes from the takers. This is important. All right, Zave made it in. Appreciate that, Tia. Appreciate that, Chanel. Appreciate that, Allie. Okay, there you go, Dennis. Workout daily. That's right. Okay, appreciate that. All right, let's get it. I'm making sure we awake. Okay, Tierra, I see you. Let's get it. All right, here's the first one. Okay, Shawanda. Okay, Gavin, that's my cuz right there. I love it. Mr. Witherspoon, thanks for checking in, bro. All right, here we go. Here's number 8. Thank you for the shares, Tierra. Thank you for the shares, Dee Dee from NYC. Appreciate that, Queen. All right, here's number 8. Set small, measurable goals. Small, measurable goals will keep you motivated. Small, measurable goals will change your life. Yeah, Queen. You know, let them know 30 years ain't no joke. 30 years ain't no joke. All right, but that's number 8. That's number 8, y'all. That's right. YouTube checking in. Let's get it. Number 8 is set small, measurable goals. Set small, measurable goals. What do we mean by that? I tried to build on this a little bit yesterday, but I want you to look at your own life and tell me if you see the evidence of this. Millionaires, the further off the goal is, the less power it has on you. Can we agree there? And then also, many times, and this one's a little bit harder to admit for a lot of us, but many times, the bigger the goal is, the less power it has on us. You know, we want to feel like a character in the movie that sees his destiny so clear, even though it's 20 years away, right? But most of us ain't like that. Most of us need to set small, measurable goals. Because like we talked about yesterday, you can't build on failure. You can only build on success. Millionaires, you're going to have your big goals. You want to make sure those big goals are clear as possible. But the very next step needs to be breaking those big goals down into the little pieces that are required for you to reach that destiny. Does that make sense to somebody? You got to break them into smaller goals. And then you have to make it so that you can measure. Because whatever gets measured gets better. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Whatever gets measured gets better. Yeah. Like for instance, at 2 a day. Hey, Chanel, this next LAT meeting, man, we gonna get just slightly more militant, man. Like I feel like we're walking that thin line, man, and we're at a crossroads. It's time for us to make some decisions. But what is your daily activity goal? What is your goal? You know, the doctor don't the doctor say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. He don't say wait till Sunday and eat 7 apples. You know what I mean? Your stomach couldn't even hold 7 apples. You know what I mean? So the whole goal is for you to set that big goal up, sure, but also you got to break it down into the little measurable steps so that you stay motivated, because you stay in that zone where you know this is possible. The 20-year one, okay, all right, okay, you know, yes, I want it. Yes, I'm doing my affirmations. Yes, yes, yes. But the whole point here is that you know you can knock out this next step. Okay, you want to sign up, you know, 1,000 people before the end of the year. That's cool, but you know you can knock out 10 calls today, right? You know you can do 10 calls. Maybe the 1,000 people, we're not sure, but we know 10 calls can happen if we just use our time budget properly. You get what I mean? And then what happens when you make those 10 calls? You get to call that a win. Now you're looking in the mirror at somebody who sticks to what they committed to. Now you're looking in the mirror at somebody who's proud of themselves. Now you're looking in the mirror and your self-respect grows, which allows your self-determination to grow, because your determination comes from the certainty that you can make it happen. Does that make sense to somebody out there? Everything needs to be measurable, so you know where you are now in relation to where you want to be. If that makes sense, give me a number 9 and a share. Give me a number 9 and a share. Oh, man, don't get me started, Pastor Clarence. Don't get me started, bro. You know, don't get me started. I was telling him yesterday, you know, when David went up against Goliath, right? You know, Saul was the king at the time. And what Saul said he was going to do, he like, take this armor, take this sword, you know? And David like, man, this is too heavy for me, right? This is too heavy for me. So David had to bring something that the giant had never seen. The giant was expecting a sword fighter because everybody was sending their best sword fighters. And then David show up with a sling. See, all the people around thought the giant was too big to kill. David thought the giant was too big to miss. And then he comes with a sling. He comes with something nobody ever saw before. What are you doing to bring something to your environment, to your devil that's on your new level that nobody ever saw before? What are you bringing to your office that nobody ever saw before? What are you bringing to your presentation that nobody ever saw before? What are you bringing to your personal style that nobody ever saw before? Remember, it only takes a little bit extra with the normal to make you extraordinary. But is that even your goal, baby? Is that even your goal? Right? Okay, I see the number 9s coming in. I see the number 9s coming in. All right, this is one that we just now talked about when we were doing accelerated learning. Some of y'all, you know, y'all crazy. That's right. All right, a little extra. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. A little extra over the ordinary, and now you're extraordinary. But here's number 9. Here's where it gets a little bit into the neuroscience of it all. Here's where it gets into the neuroscience of it all. Check it out. Millionaires work in 90 to 120-minute intervals and then splice that with breaks. Right? This is a secret to staying motivated. Because the thing about you getting into that deep work, the thing about you becoming a freedom fighter, like you're going to have to fight for your freedom. You know, can I be clear? When we giving them something like this, right? You know, obviously, this is my guy. This is the one right here, right? But check it out. If you're going to be a freedom fighter in your own life, do you know how much effort that's going to take? Do you know how much personal power you're going to have to conjure if you're really going to create freedom? Time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, And like we talked about yesterday, we know all freedom comes from discipline. But when you're doing that discipline work, it needs to be focused. It has to be intense. It has to be purposeful. It has to be focused. And you're not able to do that infinitely. You got a finite amount of this stuff. So what studies have shown is that what you need to do is break that thing up into a 90-minute period. But since most people tend to lose focus after those 90 minutes, and then hell, most people lose focus within the 90 minutes. What you want to do is take that 90 minutes and every 15 minutes, give yourself a 3 to 5 minute break. Give yourself a 3 to 5 minute break while you're busting out. Okay, this 90 minutes, I'm going to dedicate this to this deep work I need to do. But inside the 90 minutes, you can set your phone, you can set your alarm. Every 15 minutes, you're going to take a 3 to 5 minute break. One of the best ways to remain focused, y'all, is to do something active. So when you got that 3 to 5 minutes, fellas, maybe you bust out some push-ups. Okay? When you got that 3 to 5 minutes, ladies, maybe you walk around the office. Maybe you go to that set of stairs instead of catching the elevator, and you walk down the steps and then walk back up them. You're going to come back to that project renewed, and what's today's word? Motivated. If you're ready for number 10, give me a number 10 and a share. I'm just giving you some thoughts. Right? I'm just giving you some thoughts. I just want to give you something to be thinking about, to add to your skill set. My giant is too big to miss. You better let him know. Let's go. Number 10, give me a 10 and a share. Give me a 10 and a share if you're rocking with us. Don't forget the universe gives to the givers just like it takes from the takers. You hear me? Yeah, appreciate that, Tia. Appreciate that, Queen. That's right. You're my number 10. All right, here's something else, man. Check this out. Don't work on small projects. That's number 10. If you want to stay motivated, if you want to wake up powerful, stop putting your millionaire mind to work on minimum wage activity. Stop putting your millionaire mind to work on minimum wage activity. You hear me? If you set a goal that's too small, you're not going to be excited. There's no magic in it to stir your blood. You have to make big goals, big plans, and then we're giving you tactics and strategies on how to carry it out. But millionaires, if it don't excite you, how are you going to be motivated? What are you doing that's going to help change the world? What are you doing that's going to help change your world? Millionaires, if you're working on things that are too small, yeah, you're going to be able to knock it out the park, but there's no challenge in it. There's no growth in it. And for a man to feel alive, for a woman to feel alive, you need the growth and you need the contribution. You need the contribution and you need the growth. Does that make sense? You need a little bit of certainty, but you need a little bit of excitement. Does that make sense? So what you got to do is do that with intention. If you're ready for number 11, give me a number 11 and a share. You can't be working on little small, tiny stuff and think you're going to inspire followers to ride with you. Why you think when you talk to people about whatever business you run, you're supposed to be telling them why you started it? Why do you think you know the story behind Michael Jordan? Why do you think you know Oprah's story, right? And then why is it that Michael Jordan outsells everybody else that makes shoes in the whole industry? Until Kanye West came along. But you know what you know about both of them? You know their story. You've watched Kanye go from George Bush don't care nothing about black people to, marrying Kim Kardashian, or when he get on, he leave, Anyway, you were there when he's like, man, and I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had the best video of all time. Right? You know his story, even if you don't know his whole story. This is what makes you compelling to other people. Because believe it or not, man, we enjoy seeing even the parts where you wild out, because either we long to be that fearless or you're doing exactly what we wish we would have did. You're saying exactly what we want to say but can't because our boss might fire us or whatever's going on. You get what I mean? But when you become valuable enough, one of the most beautiful things about existence on this planet is that when you become valuable enough, the world will pay you to be yourself. Give me a number 11 and a share. Give me a number 11 and a share. That's why I'm so proud of you for being here every morning, because you're working on yourself. You're becoming a woman of value. You're becoming a man of value. And when you become valuable, you attract followers. Being a leader ain't about, trying to have people. Being a leader is about growing in your value. I said this yesterday on my stories. Do y'all pay attention to my Instagram stories? It's so crazy. I feel like all the people that watch my stories are completely separate from the people that tune into our trainings, right? But if you go to my Instagram stories or my Facebook stories, I'm always just talking. I was about to say talking. No, it's not really, Anyway, what I'm saying is yesterday I was talking about like how, think about a tree, tree never bring you the fruit. Tree don't bring you the fruit. I be showing love to Facebook, young Coco. Chanel talking about why I just be showing love to YouTube and I be ignoring fake. Ain't nobody ignoring fake. Look, boom. Then it's on Facebook. K Nicole on YouTube. Your is on YouTube. Gavin on YouTube. That's what I'm talking about. Beat on YouTube. Mama Mahassan on YouTube. Yeah, that private chef. Yeah, all that was in my stories. Appreciate that, Allie. Yeah, wifey got the private chef cracking with the stuffed salmon and these kale wrapped. She had made the sauce out of mango and man, it was cold. It was cold. I feel ready for my new year, baby. But anyway, what was I in the middle of saying? Oh yeah. So a tree just bears the fruit and then we show up to come get it. Tree don't bring us the fruit. Tree manifests the fruit. And then people come from, all around to come and get what this tree is giving. You get what I mean? You're a tree. You're a tree of life. I just hope that you are taking the pains and the effort, right, to nourish your seed. Once you become more valuable, you become more powerful. That's right. That's one of our millionaire-minded keys. Appreciate that. All right, if you're ready for number 11, give me a number 11 and a share. Give me a number 11 and a share. Chanel, you crazy. Millionaire Minded TV is the channel on YouTube, y'all. Millionaire Minded TV. Yeah, it was incredible. Okay, JT. Yeah, it was incredible. When y'all go on my stories today, appreciate that. When y'all go on my stories today, you're gonna see we went to this like candlelight string quartet joint. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to become more cultured and all of that. Right? Yeah, Chanel crazy. Don't encourage her, K Nicole. All right, here's number 11. This is a real quick one, but I had to include this in this series because, who knows when you'll be watching this in the future. And I want to make sure this was comprehensive. Millionaires clean once a week. Now, there's been a lot in the news lately about how, never mind, but certain people on the planet feel as though, just take a bath once a week or just take a bath when you especially feel. I'm not sure what they were getting at, you know what I mean? But that ain't what I'm talking about right here. I ain't saying clean your body once a week. What I'm saying is clean your house and your workspace once a week, You can do it while you're on the phone. This is one of those activities you can chunk with other things. But if you want to stay motivated, you have to stay clear. You got to keep the clutter out. And I said house and workspace, but even your car, you know what I mean? You don't have to go to some car wash and get some $100 detail. But what I will say is you can go through and gather up the water bottles. For me, that's my big thing. Or maybe the kids done left crayons or some kind of, right? And clean that up once a week. You're setting an incredible example and you're growing your self-respect. And what happens is you start to be more motivated because now you don't have to do this and this before you get to this. Subconsciously, when you get in there and it's all this stuff, you're like, I got this. And now your mind can't be focused on the deep work you need to do. Just try it. You might like it. Somebody give me a clean once a week and then a share. Yeah, get them chore charts rocking. That's right. free labor. The babies is like free labor, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay then, Miss Nixon. That's interesting. I love that. Vita. I love that. All right, here's number 12. You want to stay motivated. You say, Hazi, give us something out the box. I got one for you. You ready? What if you take a mini vacation every month? A mini vacation every month. Yeah, that's how I be, David. That's how I be, man. And it's because my house is like my car is like my office. You know what I mean? When you with a fall personality, it's like a place for everything in its place. I know I'd be irritating the stuff out of my friends that are like hella organized. Like my business partner's hella organized. Narissa hella organized. Me, I'm like, who moved my, do-rag? I knew exactly where it was. It was right here by this water bottle on the windowsill. It be looking messy to everybody else, but I be knowing where my stuff is. You know what I mean? Well, what you want to do is have all that thing together. All right, so yeah, but moving right along. Number 12, take a little mini vacation every month. What do I mean by that? When the hustle and the bustle and the grind of creating something new which is basically the life of an entrepreneur, it can be arduous, right? It can be a little bit strenuous on us, right? Well, you know what is an amazing motivator? Anticipation, having the ability to look forward to something, giving yourself something that can power you through the drudgery of today because, woo, you're going to have a little mini jolt waiting on you, a little mini jolt. Maybe it's going to be a camping trip, right? Maybe it's going to be, you go do a little staycation, Maybe you go check out the zoo in your city. You ain't got to spend a lot of money, but you should be looking to unplug at least once a month. You can go local, as you begin to gain more time freedom, as you begin to gain more location freedom, whether it's because your babies went off to school or something for college, or maybe they just went off to school from 9 to 3. But maybe once a month, you plan something that allows you to break your routine, that allows you to do a little bit of a pattern interrupt. You'll not only be re-energized, but you'll find that, especially if you do the nature activity, right? Especially if you do something that's nature-ish, right? You'll find that you get energized. I know some of y'all gonna feel me on this, some of y'all don't, but it's a whole other experience walking on the beach with your slippers on versus walking barefoot. It's a whole other experience walking through the woods with your shoes on versus walking barefoot. Somebody give me that in the comments just so that we have it saved for all posterity. I'm gonna throw it on the Summer Jam screen. Like walk around in nature barefoot. Now, I'm not even a spring personality. I don't be out here just hugging the trees. But I ain't no fool. And I know that nature is the source, baby. I know that we are a part of nature. I know everything in nature either grow or die. So what you may want to do while you're walking around in nature, right? What you may want to do is walk. What you want to do is walk around in nature and bring a notebook with you. That's right, Mama Mahas, and that anticipation. Bring a notebook with you, or bring a book. Bring something to accompany you. Bring a little blanket. If you never tried this before, especially try it. Watch how you get motivated. It's amazing how many nuances are in God's creation that we don't even stop to notice the beauty. We don't know the beauty. We don't notice the beauty in this kind of we don't even notice how many trees are around us. We just like trees. But have you ever looked at the differences in this tree and this one? Like I just read about a tree 2 days ago, that has the sweetest apple that's in nature, but yet it's the most dangerous tree in the world. You know, I'm talking about if you stand under this tree in the rain, you're gonna start to blister. Your skin gonna blister and all of that. You eat the apple, and all of a sudden, first it's hella sweet, then your whole throat start. I'm just saying this to say nature is amazing, man. How many of you know there are carnivorous plants? Yes, you heard me right. There are plants that eat meat. How many of you knew that? How wonderful is that? You're like, what does that have to do with staying motivated, Hazik? Nothing. I just wanted to tell you, because I think that fascination is where your fortune is. I think fortune comes from fascination. But so many people walk around cynical, like they already know everything there is to know, and like they can't even learn nothing. And that leads me to number 13. Give me a number 13 and a share. Give me a number 13 and a share, y'all. Give me a number 13 and a share. Let's get it. Yeah, straight up. You are crazy. Yeah, there's bugs in there. Don't listen to Chanel, y'all. All right, yeah, here's number 13. Fascination is where my fortune is. Absolutely. All right, here's number 13 along that same tip, Allie. Here's number 13. Read voraciously. Read voraciously. Man, I'm starting to get back in my zone, baby. I'm starting to get back in my zone. There was a time I was starting to get more in the zone of staying up super late, but now I'm getting back in my zone of waking up super early. House so quiet. Outside is still dark, and I get to pick up a book and just light my life up. Great people read. Ain't no way around it. Great people read. Great people read, millionaires. I'm gonna give y'all a little hack. Somebody throw this in the comments. thegatesnotes.com. thegatesnotes.com. Somebody throw that in the comments so I could put it on the Summer Jam screen. thegatesnotes.com. This is Bill Gates' personal website, and all it's full of is his personal notes on whatever he's reading. thegatesnotes.com. And all my studies are the great ones, y'all. Living, dead, past, present, right? Because we the future, right? But I'm going to tell you something. You see a lot of differences, and then you see some similarities. One similarity you see is that the greats are always voracious studiers. Reading is just one of the most foolproof ways to pull it off. People act like Kanye just popped up and got the top selling shoe because he's Kanye and he's controversial. No, that fool studied with Marc Jacob. That fool went and did an unpaid internship at Fendi. I could go on and on and on. How y'all think that in Paris got done? He was staying in Paris around all the designers because he was going to school out there. He was studying. In all my studies, if anybody who's worth a remark, anybody who's remarkable, right? I don't care if they're a politician. I don't care if they're an entrepreneur. I don't care if they're a world conqueror. They all read. They're all looking to grow every day. You hear me? They all craved knowledge. If you want greatness in your future, then you got to read in your present. Somebody give me a number 14 and a share. I got two more for you. Oh, snap. All right, number 14 is Journal Daily. I don't see how it got this late, this quick, man. Number 14 is Journal Daily. I won't beat a dead horse with that one. Yeah, thegatesnotes.com. That's a little jewel for you. Thegatesnotes.com. We do a whole lot obsessed with success on journaling. But what if you spent, I just bought my daughter this incredible journal. You know what I mean? But what if you spent the week making notes about when your energy levels are at their highest, right? When your motivation levels are at their peak? There should be patterns. What if you journaled it out so you begin to know thyself? That's the beginning of all knowledge. Man, we got to get out of here. It's affirmation time, y'all. Call in on the line. After you journal this stuff, you can put your most important tasks in the places where you have the most energy, right? Maybe you find that you're a morning person, when you journal enough and you're like, dang, that is where I feel the dopest. So that's when you set up your time to write, right? or maybe you find that you're most creative at night. Maybe that's your makeup. There's a whole study on how certain people are early birds, certain people are night owls, you know. But what I will tell you is that a journal will help you with clarity. And then number 15 I had for you is win your mental battles, y'all. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill is constantly talking about the battles that you have to have in your mind, that the rich think a certain way. And it ain't necessarily a greedy way, right? Because that's what people are always, they swear the rich are greedy. I find that the rich had to be selfless. I find that the rich had to be focused on solving a problem of some sort. Even if they playing basketball, they're solving a problem of some sort. You get what I mean? And I think that they focus on solving a problem. Even if the problem is, how can I make 8 baskets instead of 7? Or how can I, get better on defense rather than, even with something as seemingly able to be judged as just playing sports. I'm telling you that there is a way that you're serving with that. But the thoughts that fill your mind, y'all, should only aid you in your journey. One of our affirmations every morning is I use only the thoughts and habits that serve my purpose. Well, this is about overcoming yourself. There's a guy named Nietzsche who I've been reading a lot more of lately. And Nietzsche's whole thing is that you have to overcome yourself, You want to overcome yourself at least 10 times a day. You're going to sleep better. You're going to feel much better about who you are. Your thoughts should not be detracting you from your journey. I know you're like, how can I control all the thoughts that come into my head? You might not be able to control all the thoughts that come into your head, so don't even try. But what you can do is replace those thoughts, because the mind can't hold 2 thoughts at the same time, right? You might not have the power to control all the thoughts that come into your head, but you do have the power to control which thoughts you pay attention to. You heard me? Pay attention. Isn't that an interesting phrase? Pay attention. What's your emotional budget? What's your intellectual budget? Because I guarantee you there's one, even if you're not budgeting. Some of y'all going to catch that later. But fill your mind with creative, positive, ambitious, energetic thoughts, and you're going to find yourself a lot more motivated. Little bonus I got for you is eliminate all distractions. Get serious about eliminating your distractions. There's an app called Freedom. Somebody throw that in the comments real quick. We about to get to our affirmations. I'm so sorry for running over everybody. But there's I just had to get it to you. There's an app called Freedom that plays into a bunch of these that we talked about. And it'll shut down the internet. It'll shut down social media. And you get to determine how long you want to set it down for, right? So maybe you start this timer every day once you're about to sit down to get busy. That way you can ensure that you won't be distracted. If social media distracts you, maybe you set up your tweets in advance, or maybe you take some of your favorite, most addictive apps off your phone so you can crush your goal. Because here's the thing, if you got nothing to distract you, you suddenly have no purpose. You have no choice but to work. Repeat after me, millionaires. I am so happy and grateful